Alright, hello everyone. So let's take a look at Friday. Now we've got no news on Friday. All the news are done. So let's get smashing. Now today is Friday. It's a swing day for SP 500. It's a swing day for Dow Jones, Euro dollar and the gold. Now remember, we're starting with gold. Gold had a swing day Wednesday. Wednesday we were long as well, so we took some profit there. 4 o'clock was the swing hour. It was here. The market crashed. Yesterday I said you could trade the retracement and I gave you the figure 2,464, which was here. As you can see, the news happened and the market crashed right down, and this is the swing hour it crashed down at. This is a retracement at the swing hour again, and the market kind of pushed up and stayed around there. So today we're in between levels. Okay, so that was the swing day and it pushed all the way down. Fine. Today we're in between levels. That's a high, that's a low, and we're here. And you can see the market's bouncing off this Fibonacci. If at the swing hours we are up, we can sell down. But be careful, because gold can go both ways. All right. Why do I say that? Because we've got higher lows and higher highs. Okay, so the market's making higher lows and higher highs, and we've got this trend move here. Right. So there are two things that can happen. We can either pull down a little bit, close any gaps, okay, which there aren't any actually, but come to this PST level, which is not a bad level to buy, which is 2,423.50, which is down here. Okay, so 2,423. It's not a bad spot to be buying. Okay, so the market has room to push down into that zone, and if you want to play that, you can, and that's one way to go about it. Okay, so at the swing hours, if we're high somewhere, pushing down is okay. Now 8:30 today, like I said, is a swing hour, okay, and we need to wait for that to happen. But from 8:30 to 10:40, okay, the market can have impulsive pushes. Okay, it could be like a pushy thing, and then it could bring us all the way into 1 o'clock to 1:20. Right, 1 to 1:20, we could be kind of like at a place where we want to trade. So that lunchtime hour isn't looking too bad at all. Okay, and then the second best hour after that is going to be 4:15, and if the market finds direction at 4:15, all right, then it should keep going until 10 past 10, all right, or 10:15 or whatever. Okay, so that should be a target. So you can find direction in New York as well and follow that through. Okay, and those are the hours. So with gold, the closing opening, this zone here, anywhere around here as well, if you find a swing opportunity to push down, I think it's doable on the smaller time frame. If you want to do it, not a problem. So if we go up a little bit, selling is okay at these. It may not go up, okay, it might just keep pushing until lunchtime, my lunchtime that is, which is, like I said, 1 to 1:20. So this is a bit tricky. Until 1 to 1:20, we won't really know. Okay, so until then, just be a bit mindful. If you want to trade it, what you can also do is, if you're using your ATAM strategy, you can come to the 1 hour chart. Okay, and from the 1 hour chart, if you want to push it down, you can. If it goes up, just like bring it down. For example, on the HCL one now, which is 2,454. So 2,454 is around there. So if price matches time, okay, if price matches time, well, which is pretty much this line here, it's a Fibonacci level. Well, it's not Fibonacci, it's a Gann level. Okay, I don't use Fibonacci, so it's a Gann level, but this is also okay. If we come up a little bit, and so on, okay, because the market is going to have some pushing power after this 8:30 move. All right, and that will take us all the way to, like I said, lunchtime. So be careful. This goes for all of them. Euro dollar. Now, as you know, I was in the euro dollar on Wednesday, and I got out yesterday here. I also posted that on Twitter, because this was a swing hour. That was right on the swing hour yesterday, okay, and this was a demand zone, as you can see, right there. Okay, so price matches time, so it's time to get out, and I got out somewhere around here quickly, and then the market moved up. Now we're up here. So with the euro dollar, what could happen? Well, as you can see, these are the highs, and I said this was a sell zone, and this is exactly what happened. So if the market goes back up a little bit more, can we sell? We can. It's already done the low of that, okay, which is 1.0982, 1.0982 there. Okay, so it's already done that. So no gapping here, it's filled in that little thing there as well. So from here, okay, if we find 8:30 a.m. favorable, which is actually fine, 8:30 a.m. I like it for the euro. It's not a bad spot, but you just have to be careful, because after this massive drop right in there, you know, there was still buying action. So I don't mind selling it as well, but just be careful that, you know, we've got, you know, this might be a fake breakout. Okay, so, but still we're at the top, so selling is looking like a better option. Also on the euro dollar weekly, we got room to come down next week as well into 1.0943. 0943 is there, okay, which the market's pretty much here done. Okay, so this is still doable on the weekly. As you can see, this week's goodbye kiss is that 60. All right, that's why the market picked up pretty close to that, and yeah, so that was it. So here it's a little tricky. You have to wait for this 8:30, and I don't like the stuff happening from 8:30 to 11:25. So waiting for that 1 o'clock, 1:20 is looking like a better option for all of them. Okay, so with the euro dollar as well, if we're up somewhere in the swing hours, selling is okay, because if it does continue that break, we should come down into this 55.53, which is 09.42, which I already mentioned, and then you got 09.31, which is there. So we probably might do that weekly pivot if it keeps pushing down. Okay. Other than that, remember from our monthly on the euro dollar, you know, we're to the upside, we're bullish. Okay. All right. Now SP 500. Remember with this, I said we've got a breakout. Don't stand in front of it. You know, it's a PST breakout. It's got room to go, and there you go. It's that bar there. So I wouldn't do anything with this. If you're going to buy into it, it's a swing day, so it might still push up into a target. But like I said, it's a bit tricky with all this stuff happening. This is why this week I don't trade indices often anyway. So this week I did gold and euro dollar, which both went fine. But this would have been also a good entry, because once you understand you have a PST breakout, you don't want to stand in front of it. And if you want to buy into it, you've got a better chance of going, you know, in its direction. So the market coming up here, maybe it'll go even higher today, because swing day, but it should afterwards sell off from somewhere. Okay. Now I've marked these levels in, as you can see, that's been filled. So now that's been filled up as well. This has been filled, that's been filled, so we're all pretty much filled out. So you'll have to wait. If it hits a PST breakout, it's Friday, you don't want to do anything anyway, you can take care of it next week. All right. And if next week Monday is a swing day as well, which we'll know on the weekend, I'll post it, then selling is going to be okay. All right, and on the weekly, 68 is on the cards, 5,654. That's like room to go up. Okay, so that's all fine. Now this is also going to come in for a sell-off too, all right, because of the gaps here. So we'll find the indices also going down, okay, and it should also go below this. It should come down here, but we'll probably go below it too. So I can mark this in. So that'll be the next level to come into. If the market starts to reverse down again and do a deep fall, okay, like it did last time, okay, and that's that. And then what we can do is get rid of these lines here. That's that. That's that. Okay. So with the SP 500, like I said, don't stand in front of it. Yesterday I also said don't stand in front of it, and this was 2 o'clock yesterday. We didn't have anything at 2 o'clock yesterday. We had 12:45, which was there, nothing really. Market opens up, and then we had 3:45, which is pretty much there. Okay, so the market just blasted up. Okay, so but I did say there was going to be an energetic move after the news, which would take us into 3:45, and that's what it did, and then it just kept pushing up after that. So yeah, with the indices, just follow the PST indicator and your timing should be okay. Today is Friday, it's a swing day. It's tricky because the targets are a bit too high. Okay, so you know, until it gets up here, I don't want to be selling off, and there's a breakout on the price, but there's room to go up here into 5,651, 5,667. So those are still on the target, so don't stand in front of it. If you're going to buy, you can buy on a pullback if it does give you that pullback, and that's basically it. Maybe down here, okay, at the daily pivot where the market kind of jumped up, but it's got gaps here. Sooner or later it'll come down. If it doesn't come down and keep pushing up to a sell level, that we'll have to see, okay, but the PST levels are too high, so not messing around with it, and I don't recommend you to. You can just follow the direction. Same with Dow Jones. I said yesterday it's got room to go up, and Thursday's a swing day for Dow Jones, I did say, and there we've got that top happening. Okay, so not much to talk about. This also, you know, pretty much did say we've got room to go up. Don't stand in front of it. Why? Because the PST breakout with targets, as you can see, this closed all the gaps. Remember I said there's a gap here, it's got room to close it up. It came to the target, and that's it. You should have taken profit here, and that's it. You should have just waited for it. Why? Because once the PST breakouts, like I said, don't stand in front of it. This has got room to go into 65.55, which is 40,814. Now, if we get to 40,815, 48.15, right? So just around here. That's the daily PST. Alright, so that zone can be a sell zone if the market gets there and is a swing hour. On the weekly, already there, so not much to talk about. This is pretty bullish, as you can see. So this has still got room to go all the way there as well, which is 41,033 on the price. But I like to go with the PST, as you know. PST is the priority. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so if the market does dip down, we can keep pushing up a little bit more, and that's about it. Okay, but this zone is not a buy zone, it's a sell zone. Okay, so here you would just wait for your sell setup. Okay, because next week this should then retrace, and we might find ourselves back closing the gaps in this bar here, which is fine. Okay, and that'll take us back to the bottom of the channel, and if it does get down here, going up again is logical. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. With NASDAQ, yeah, I said this has got room to go up. I drew this big thing yesterday, and I told you these got targets there, so you can buy into it. If you bought into it, well done. You would have been fine on this as well, all the way up there. Okay. Still, I wouldn't stand in front of it because it's a Friday. Friday swing day. Okay, so what you could do, let's get rid of that. This is where the gap is. So if the market comes up, that's your first gap. Okay, where the market sold off, broke that level. So that becomes your manipulation, but there's a bit of a gap here as well. So don't stand in front of it, let it do what it needs to do. Final target 65, 63, which is 19,624 and 827. 624 around here, 827 was it, something like that. Okay, so and somewhere around here as well. Okay, so it could still have a bit of room to push upwards. Don't stand in front of it, let it do what it needs to do. Okay. Bitcoin. Now with Bitcoin, I said we've got room to go up. If it goes up, you can sell. It did not. It did not finish off that level. Okay, so it was a, let's do this. It was a level, okay, it was 37.5, so it was okay level to sell off. Okay, however, because we had a flag formation here, I would not have sold that off, and I said I wouldn't sell it off here. Okay, if you wanted to sell it off, the better place to sell it off that's the flag. Okay, the better place to sell it off would have been there. Okay, as you can see, if you do your homework, you've got your targets, you know where it's coming and you know where it's going from. Okay, so this has also brought us in now to a buy level. Alright, so now we're in a buy zone. So if the market is in this zone on the swing day, then going up from this zone might not be a bad idea. So on the swing day, wait for the swing day. If we come back down into this zone, then going up is okay. Alright. And then if you do, you'll be targeting this zone up here. Okay. Maybe we should have done this. Yeah, this would have been also a decent line to do. Alright. And if you're using your ATAM, then on the swing day, check out those levels because they'll be your price levels to go long from. Also, if you check your weekly, 40 is 53,183. So going into that zone is also doable. that's also a good level where you can want to or think about going